Hey everybody, it's Cheryl Lawson and our wonderful Tim, our artist Tim, joining us. We should be getting a couple more people in the Hangout in a few, but welcome, Mr. Longwell.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn. I'm really awake.
You said, who's Mr. Longwell? Where is he?
Yeah, I'm Tim Longwell. I call my business side of my art Longwell Art. I paint pictures with oil paints.
You paint pictures for a living. Okay, Danica is mobile, so I'm trying to get her the link. So let's see, what is her?
Does she have the Hangout app on her phone?
I'm sure she does.
It's a separate little app. I don't know if it plays well with Apple or not.
I think she's an Android. I think she's a Droid as well. But anyway, how the heck are you while we're waiting?
Oh, not too bad. A little rearranging here. Hectic summer.
Good.
Getting things.
How's the art going?
It hasn't been going real well. I'm still getting better with the shoulder, and like I said, then had a lot of activity through the summer.
Oh wow.
So
I see you. I mean, we found you on Google Plus. I think you connected with us from Google Plus.
Yes.
I see you more on Google Plus than anywhere. Is that kind of your main social network?
Pretty much, yeah, I think so. I have a Facebook account and for both the end page that since I started it back when Facebook came alive, I've always had people, family, and with just a personal account complaining that I'm not active enough over there. It's just, I'm more of a techie type of person when it comes to computer stuff, and the environment over there is just, I don't know. I just didn't develop what's needed for the kind of environment that I see in my stream from the other members that follow me, or I follow, family members and stuff like that. It's just, I call it my personality flaw.
Well, the reason I wanted to do this particular hangout was a few days ago, I was going through, I got, you get these PayPal notices or whoever you spend your money with, it says, oh, you just paid XYZ this much money. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, why am I paying this? And, I'm not using it. It's something that I only use during the conference. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking, okay, I need to go through and determine what do I really need of this stuff, and what are the ones, the freemium stuff. I think I upgraded PicMonkey. I have the upgraded HootSuite Pro. What do we really need to have as social entrepreneurs?
I liked your description in the event title about who a socialpreneur is. And some of those that might catch the show later might not, if they catch it on YouTube, might not catch the full description.
Well, yeah, thanks for that, because there are a couple of definitions for a socialpreneur, but I really like the term. But I think, so many of us do social for a living, whether it's our job title or, we're doing it for our own. Like you're basically a socialpreneur for your own brand. A lot of us do social or digital marketing for our companies or our clients. And so we're always facing just the ever-changing digital marketing technology, just the convergence of all of this stuff happening at us at one time. And I think, the conference is a great place to kind of, get all of it at once and then start making your plan. But that was March, right? And so that was March, and we're now October. And so I thought,
you got another one coming up.
Yeah, I'm already planning the 2015 and getting speakers and all that stuff together and trying to get some sponsors. But it seems like one of my plans was for this year was to be better at the data and getting analysis. So I signed up for every analytics tool available. And it's costly, right? Social media isn't free if you're really trying to move the needle either sales-wise or business-wise or market-wise. If you really want to find out what's effective and what where to spend your dollars or your time, it's not free, right?
Sometimes when you try the freemium, you find out that it doesn't give you what you need. So you do a little investigating and discover that this particular plan, whether it be Plan B or C, rather than Plan A of the freemium, better provides the tools you need. Other thing I noticed looking at premium that you have to consider is this tool will offer these features you like. That tool offers those features that you like, but you can't get both on one service.
Right. I find that a lot. I think one of the I have had HootSuite Pro account for a long time, and it helps because a lot of other people that I work with also use HootSuite. And then when I work with a client or for a particular event, I always add on the reports so that they can see, okay, we managed your social media from this day to this day. Here was the objective. Here's what we did. Here were the results. It's really easy. Sometimes those reports can get pretty expensive because you want to make them specific to each brand or each client. And what I find is once that project is over, I'm still paying for those reports, right? So, you have to really be on top of, are you really using this tool right now, or is it a seasonal, or is it a by, project or by client piece? And I can't say that I've been managing as well as I should, just paying attention to all those little, because you think, oh, it's $5 a month, or it was, $49 for a whole year. How can this be a bad plan? How can this be bad? It's only $50, and then, then something else is $100, and then something else is, $4 or $5 a month, and it starts to add up. But I don't know. There's some that I think are valuable. Are you a subscriber to any of the premium apps or services that you think you can't live without?
Am I a premium subscriber to some of them? Yes.
Can't live without?
Sadly, I'm one of those cases to where I haven't figured them out well enough because I haven't spent the zero-in time on them since I got them to find out for sure whether I can live with it or not. One of them I don't have premium is HootSuite. So I've got Hootlit or whatever it's called, the little
right.
And
the plug-in that comes with the
with the free account or whatever, and I find I do good to even make use of that thing. I use TweetDeck more.
Okay.
So why I don't know. But.
So is TweetDeck? I haven't used TweetDeck since I think Twitter bought it. So because I thought it was going away, so I just kind of stopped using it.
I was on it last week. I was just using it here. I think it was earlier this week. See, that's how bad I am at using social media. Like Twitter, I have the account as well, and so don't use me as an example as a socialpreneur.
I mean, well, you are. I guess that the
I'm just
question.
a bad one.
Yeah, the question is, where should you be spending your dollars? And so, hopefully, I'll give some examples of some that I like, and then maybe that's something that people can, if they're watching this later, that they can kind of go and investigate. So I'm going to go to. I don't have any reports on Hootsuite right now, but I'll just kind of show what you can do. So this is the HootSuite Analytics. So I'll just create one. So let's go to, this is a Facebook report. So I'll create a Facebook report for Social Media Tulsa. And it's pretty easy. It gives you some pretty basic, stuff, but not something you couldn't get from the insights on your Facebook page. It's not something that, that's an enterprise level one, so hold on. Here we go. Build a custom report. Did I get it? There we are. Oh, did I see Roxanne?
Yeah.
Oh, Roxanne's here. Okay, here we go.
Muted.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry, guys. Hi.
Okay, hey. So, were you able to listen for a little while or no?
I just came in when you started going over Hootsuite reports, so that's about it.
So, okay, you don't want to see Sarah's comment. So, one of the reasons I wanted to do this, I really wanted to do Hangouts and start doing them regularly. It's just a matter of getting them started and being consistent. But a couple weeks ago, you probably saw where I took you off of Hootsuite. I was going. I get you get these PayPal notices. Hey, you just paid so and so $50 or $80. I'm like, whoa, what's? Oh, I know why you muted. No worries. But and so I just started going through saying, okay, what are some of the things that I'm paying for that I don't really need to pay for? So Roxanne is on the SM Tulsa Twitter account, and she's also on the Hootsuite account, but she has the Twitter password. So I'm like, okay, why am I paying for her to have access to Hootsuite when she could just log in and add it to her own Hootsuite? So, I mean, I think some of it is just whoa, there she is, trying to be responsible. Hold on, let me get back to me.
I see Danica over here.
I see her.
Yeah. I think she's just listening in.
I'm here. I'm loitering.
Hey, I'm glad you got in. Which one worked so I know next time?
The URL that you sent me launched it on my phone.
Okay. Oh, in the Hangout chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That was way too difficult, but okay, we'll figure it out next. So, be safe. Eyes on the road.
We're good.
Okay, so I'll start again with why I wanted to do this. Okay, so I'm spending a lot of money. That's the gist of it, on social media stuff, on editing and measuring and listening and all of the things that I think we all should be doing. But some of the stuff is overlapping, and some of the stuff I use just for SM Tulsa Conference or just for Center of the Universe, and I don't go in and stop doing it after those projects. And so I'm getting, hey, you just paid $50 on Hootsuite, and I'm like, I don't need that report anymore. So I'm just thinking, are there any services, and I was just going to give a demo of how you can build a Hootsuite report, just because it's one of those that I think is cool. But while I'm doing that, is there a freemium? Because, okay, it starts out free, but you pay a little extra. Is there a freemium service that you absolutely cannot live without?
I like Hootsuite's free version, but I have the paid version. Free-wise, Google Analytics, but I mean, you have to be using something different to be, have it tied to your website, have it tied to all of your other stuff to really get the bang for its buck. So, but Google Analytics to me is like the best free thing out there.
It really is. Roxanne? Oh, she muted me again.
Yeah, I don't have anything premium wise other than Sprout Social. Sprout Social is pretty good to me, but most of the time I mean I can get away with pretty much all the free stuff to get with what I'm trying to do. So.
I think for reporting, especially for people who may or may not dig social and they're kind of not believing in it, I like having reports to show them in one little easy, especially if you're dealing with traditional business people, people who are not social savvy or who are, not really on board with what you're doing as a profession. It's great to have these little reports and graphs and charts that show them at least what's based on their objectives. And one that I use, and I stopped using it just because I stopped subscribing just because I wasn't using it, but I think it's awesome, is True Social Metrics, and I'll show it to you because it's pretty cool. There it is. So it takes so you can upload, and they do a 30-day free trial, which if you've got something going on right now, would be great. Hello, Fruitfly. But basically, you plug in all of your social accounts and your Google Analytics and your Google AdWords, and see that's where I kind of got lazy and didn't do all of those other steps, and so I didn't use it the way I probably should have. But you can do all that stuff, and then it measures your reach, your how many people are engaging. So it gives you different categories, and then it tells you, all the other stuff, times that people are engaging, the types of content that they're engaging, your top tweets or posts, all in one place. Shows whether or not people are amplifying your message. So it measures conversation, people talking about you, amplification, applause, and applause rate, so the people who are sharing your content. And so those are good things to show to people who are traditional clients or people who are not necessarily on board with other stuff. It's really great to show them those kinds of things. Hey, these are, because, likes are just likes, right? I mean, nobody likes anymore.
That's true.
Facebook doesn't even like likes anymore. They like money, I think.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, anything else? What was that?
You have to pay the bills.
I know. We pay their bills and then some. But does anybody have any really cool Google Analytics tips and tricks?
I keep it pretty old school a lot of the time. I mean, you go with your Google Analytical insights from everything that
Roxanne does,
allows you to, and then I just put together a spreadsheet.
Oh, go ahead.
What was that, Tim?
Oh, wait, hold on. Oops. I think I muted you, Tim. Hold on a second. Huh.
So other than the traditional spreadsheet, I don't use much else, I'm not fancy.
Fancy Google Analytics.
Yeah.
So I look at on Google Analytics, I look at where the traffic is coming from.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff, it's, whether it's coming from Twitter or Pinterest or from some of the blog posts or some other content, I look at that. I look at I do look at time on site, and just because if bounce rate, if people are just coming in from, let's say we get a lot of people coming in from Twitter, but they only read the one thing that they came in and they don't go exploring.
Yeah.
Then okay, maybe we need to add some. Okay, if you like that, then you might like this, right? So that kind of helps. I don't know. I look at, what else do I look at? So I look at where they come from. I look at what they engage in. So the content, which stuff is good or bad.
Yeah.
And the project that we're working on together, Roxanne, it's really interesting because what I thought people would be mostly interested in, and it's not the case. So. But their food allergy seems to be a really big topic on that one. So it was great to kind of see where people were starting to migrate to, and so we can keep doing more of that stuff. And I think that's the rub, is when you get the data that tells you what people like, then you have to actually give them more of that. And I think that's where the thing comes in, is okay, let's act on this.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, I think I muted you, but I didn't mean to. Can you unmute yourself? There you go.
Wasn't any reason to have it not muted.
Oh, okay.
Good guest knows when to shut up. Mainly me. I'm learning. Didn't mean that the way it sounded, but...
No, that's good. That's cool. Okay.
One of the things, I've looked at Google Analytics some, and I have the little add-on that pops up when I go to my website. It'll even give me live who's looking at the website right this minute.
Right. Oh, you can lose a lot of time, productivity time, looking at real time numbers.
Being from a former tech field, I've learned to not get lost in the real time.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to, I can look at it, see what I need to see, actually turn away and say, well, let's let the numbers run a little bit and see what the changes are. Because when you're working in the IT field, that's one of the things you have to be able to do, is monitor network traffic and things like that, find out where your choke points are and things like that. And really, I find a lot of similarities between monitoring our social media and our website activity and everything, in that we need those snapshots, and the reporting tools are those snapshots. And like you and I were saying earlier before we went live, you have the problem of this tool will give you this information, and that tool will give you that information. And they're getting better on each one, pretty much sharing the information, but they still don't share the same features. So there might be things that makes this one easier to use or that you like, and then this one over here has other features that you like, and so you wind up needing more than one. And in one side of the business prospect, that's a good thing, because they didn't give you these features that this one gave you. This one still has information that is vital that maybe you didn't think about needing at the time. And our trick is learning to figure out which ones are worth the information that helps us move forward in our social efforts, in our marketing efforts, in our digital marketing, in our productivity.
Oh yeah. That's why a lot of my reports come from an old school spreadsheet. Because I have to go a couple different tools.
I still cannot hear Roxanne. Can you hear Roxanne?
I can hear Roxanne.
Okay, then it's on my side somewhere.
So yeah, I think the spreadsheet is one of the best. And one of the things I think we learned from Eric's session at the conference about if this then that, I mean, I've created so many spreadsheets. I have too many spreadsheets, but like from it'll where you can create a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet for every tweet that you send, every one that you favorite. I mean, there's some tools out there that are free that are pretty awesome. Okay, now I can't hear Roxanne.
You just have to find them all and put them together.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think so. If This Then That is huge tool, free tool. Yes, yes, that part of social media is free, and you can actually get some really good stuff out of it. I'm not sure if Buffer, because I just started kind of playing with Buffer, but I don't subscribe to the paid version of Buffer. I just use the free version. Are you using the paid Buffer? Anybody using paid Buffer?
I haven't messed with paid Buffer. I've just been using the free version too.
I haven't ventured in the Buffer direction yet. Excuse me one moment.
No problem. You're being paged. I get it. All right. So, okay, so I'll tell you what I was, the one thing that I do pay for that I like, it's kind of expensive, and that's the Storify Pro. And it's mostly because it helps me to curate stuff from around the web and immediately create a blog post. And the Pro account, which that wasn't the case before they got bought out, the Pro account lets you include the SEO of all of the tweets and text that you curate.
Yeah. That's nice.
Right. So when you embed from the free version of Storify, it doesn't give you the SEO. So I pay the big bucks to get that SEO on the website, because I'm not doing a lot of blogging. I hate to say I'm not a blogger because I do blog, but I don't do a lot of writing. So in order to get the SEO, I have to use it from that tool.
Difference?
Say it again.
Do you notice a difference between when you were and when you weren't on the website?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I went back to, but when I subscribed, I went back to some of the posts that I had created and added the SEO, and now it's like automatic. Yep. Cool. And so good search juice, good Google juice. Of course, Google Plus is really great for that too. But I really like the Storify Pro or Business, but I don't think they offer it anymore. I think because when they got bought out, I think this is the last year. So in December, I'll have to go back to figuring out. I'll have to write again.
How to do it.
I gotta learn how to write blog posts again.
You'd think with the progress that they've made with voice recognition on your telephone that we'd be further along on the PC.
To be able to just listen to me and type what I say. I know there are some talk and type apps. I just, but the time you spend decoding what it thinks you say.
Yeah.
I knew of one product that did it well, and they got bought out, and they basically disappeared. There was a program that was called Drag and Dictate.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you if you read about a paragraph or so of a book, take your favorite book or your business book. For example, like I've got.
Yay!
This is Chris Brogan's Freak Show Inherent Theory. Take this. You're reading it anyway. Read a paragraph to the program, and after about maybe the third, fourth letter, you've had almost literally, you had about as many typos maybe as you'd make if you were typing them yourself. Right. But just a tolerable variance. Right. Because, face it, even with text to speech, it's still
pretty good software.
Are they still around?
They got bought out by Kurzweil, I think, and I haven't seen any more about it. Now you've got to go look and see, do a Google for them and see if they're still around. They had a program
I don't
naturally
think
speaking
I
for a
can
while. I
dictate.
don't know if that stayed alive or not.
I'm not, should I just call Kenny?
Say it again,
Excuse
Roxanne.
me.
I don't think they're called Dragon Dictate anymore. I think they're just called Dragon. I actually found the software out a year ago, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good software. I was using it to try and write like blog articles and stuff while I was doing other things.
Right.
Multitasking.
There is a oh gosh, there was one that Patrick Allman, there was a transcription site that would transcribe from your videos or audio files.
Yeah, I remember him saying something about that.
Yeah, I can't think of what it is, and of course I can't get on Chrome to find my saved links because my Chrome has been down for 2 days. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, and I'm using Firefox, and I mean Firefox is great, but it's amazing how much we rely on those.
Yeah.
Like my passwords are remembered, the links and stuff I go to particularly. Oh, anyway, so I'm having a little some Google withdrawal right now.
And things like that, those kind of programs would be invaluable if they were highly effective.
Right.
And because they're not, one side of the coin is that's not bad because that's opened up the avenue for virtual assistants.
Right. Speaking of which, does anybody use a virtual assistant?
I've been considering it. I've got it down to where basically mine would mostly be a transcriptionist. Take what I've recorded and put that on the blog post. Take the videos, timestamp them from the shows.
Uh-huh.
And then the social we could play with. Because as an artist, expression verbally and storytelling and everything, in one way you're good at it, and another way it depends on the personality.
Uh-huh.
And so the trick would be matching my quirky, weird personality to someone that did social media so the feel was the same.
Right. I tried virtual assistant. It did not work. I guess and it's got to be somebody that knows how you like to work.
Yeah,
right?
that too.
Yeah, from near as I can figure out, there's been a lot of topic here on Google Plus this last couple of weeks about virtual assistants and what they do and what they're not.
Okay.
And the impression I've got from it is it's just like a virtual assistant is like buying a car or buy a service to where you become the client. A pair of shoes, if they're not comfortable, they're not going to fit, it's not going to work.
Well, okay. That makes sense.
And
Roxanne,
it sounds like you've found that out personally.
Yeah. Roxanne, you were going to say something?
Oh, I know a couple virtual assistants. I haven't gone the way of hiring one yet. I have thought about it, but just like Tim was sort of mentioning, you've got to find one that and you were mentioning, you got to find one you can work with, and you got to find one that can sort of find your own voice depending on what you're doing. So, like I said, yeah, I mean, I know a couple of them though. Did we lose Cheryl? I can't hear anybody. Cheryl, are you there? All right.
I had to mute myself. Sorry. I had to mute myself. I forgot to unplug the house phone, and somebody called and left a message, so I didn't think you guys wanted to do that. And I'm like, no, I'll be right back. So, which is why I like to hang out, because we're just hanging out. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the talk that I was supposed to give at TCC, I was like, okay, I would like somebody to help me put my thoughts together to do this presentation. I thought this is the perfect thing to do, and I kind of gave her the outline of what I wanted to talk about. Well, I wanted her to research stuff first, like, okay, give me new numbers and statistics on social, and that part worked out great. But then, when I need help with kind of narrowing down what I'm going to talk about, that was something that I don't think was her level of expertise. So
I think warehouse of ability.
She sent me an email saying, "Hey, I followed your work, and let me know if you ever need a virtual assistant." And so it had been kind of months and weeks, and I said, "Oh, hey, you can help me with this project." And so she did great on the research. I just needed the help with, because there's tons of stuff in my head, and I only had an hour and a half, so I needed somebody to go, okay, Cheryl, focus.
Yeah.
And somebody who at least has some experience with, okay, I see what you want to include, what about this and what about that. And so that's just kind of, that takes somebody with a lot of experience too.
Well, and one of the things I seem to notice, and excuse me,
I'm meeting you again. Go ahead, Roxanne.
Oh, that's okay. I view a virtual assistant almost like a 1950s secretary, where they're almost like constantly, they know all about everything that's going on. They know you, and so they know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Right. So it's one of those, it's a deep personal relationship almost.
Right. And so it's hard to do, because you really want somebody I don't know. I think I share enough stuff out on the internet and where I've been that if there was a really good personal assistant, that person would say, "Hey, remember when you did this?" Or, "Hey," exactly. And I know that's too much to ask, but.
Oh no. I think if they really want to do a good job, they might research.
Sorry about
this.
What I mean? The being a guest here was kind of.
That's okay. I'm muting you. Go ahead, Roxanne.
That's okay. I think that if they really want to do a good job, they could also just research you. Doing what you do or doing what I do, we're out there enough that it's possible to even find out enough about you.
Right. That you could probably mimic my voice if you want. As much as I'm out online. So, but you have to find the right person. Oh, I did find the website that Patrick told us about. It's called SpeechPad, and
SpeechPad.
And it's
I remember that.
Yeah, it's $1 a minute, I think, for transcription. Yeah. So hey, once I'm ready to start blogging again, maybe I'll just talk and
let them do it.
Let them do it. I can really do that. Okay, Tim, you can unmute yourself.
Well, I can't hear. I can't hear Roxanne, so.
Oh.
So weird.
I've checked. I've tried muting or unmuting her on this side, and I don't know what. Somewhere Google has broke down and only giving me her video feed.
Yeah, so every time you come in and talk, she's talking.
So I don't realize she's talking. I'm not doing it to be rude.
I know you can't hear, but that's all right. It's the beauty of the technology. I think we're good. All right, so it's about 6:47. Did we accomplish anything in this talk?
We talked a little bit about virtual assistants and some reports.
We did. So here's the thing, people. Make sure you are paying for the thing that's delivering you actionable items and something that you can create content around, or give your boss the answer to the question, "What do you do all day?" How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Even if the boss is yourself.
Even if the boss is yourself. Exactly. I love that. Okay, on that note, I think we need to end this hangout. But hey, it was great. You always have to have a first one, and I think this is a good way to start. So I don't know how regular we'll do them, but I don't know. I'll try to do them weekly, and we can just hang out and see what's going on. We don't always have to be on air, though. We can just hang out.
That's what I was going to say. We don't have to always do this live.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for joining and sticking around. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right.
Take care.